This morning at the Capitol, a push to legalize medical marijuana in Wisconsin. Who's behind it and when the legislators expect to take it up?
Plus, warm weather foiling outdoor recreation plans. How one business is taking on the challenge.
And it is dry for now, but we are watching a broad area of rain that'll be headed into southern Wisconsin. We'll time it all out for you coming up.
Good Friday morning, folks. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on this Christmas Eve.
There we go.
I'm Josh Spreiter, triple Eves.
I'm Shane Hogan. Chris and Leah have the morning off. Yeah, we've been talking about the weather all morning long, the lack of snow. Kelly, what's Christmas going to be looking like?
It's going to be looking wet. That's what we can expect. Quite a bit of rain expected, but it's going to be mild. Temperatures in the 50s going throughout the weekend. Our first batch of rain right now is spreading across Iowa. This will be arriving later this morning into the afternoon. It's going to be a pretty solid area of rain spreading in as well, but none of this is going to be freezing. We don't have to be concerned with any kind of icing. Temperatures right now in the upper 30s, getting close to 40 this morning. So we are calling for some mild temperatures, and it will be wet at times going into the holiday weekend. 40s today and tomorrow, but we'll be in the 50s. Christmas Eve and also Christmas Day. So early this morning, quiet, just cloudy skies this morning, but as we get toward 11 o'clock, noon, some of this rain spreading in from the south. As you get north of the Dells, the rain chances are a little bit less, so less chances of some wet roads up there. But the southern third of the state, pretty solid area of rain throughout the afternoon hours, probably not really winding down until we get into the early evening. So a wet afternoon for us. Temperatures, though, on the mild side as we head into the mid-40s. I want to get to our first warned traffic. I believe we have that. No, maybe not. We'll talk more about this accident. That's on Highway 151 and 18, just to the west of Barnville. We'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. New overnight, the Hamas-run Ministry of Health releasing a statement saying the number of people killed in Gaza since October 7th has surpassed 20,000. This comes as the UN Security Council votes today on a resolution. It calls for a suspension in the war between Israel and Hamas. The council says a pause is necessary to get humanitarian aid into Gaza. Right now, World Health Organization teams are sharing what they're seeing on the ground as they work to help civilians.
You can see behind me the patients are on the hospital pews, they're on the floor. They're suffering enormously here. This is a completely unacceptable situation.
The UN has delayed this vote 3 times to make changes to the resolution the U.S. won't veto. Last night, the United States representative to the UN said if the resolution is put forward as it is now, the U.S. can support it.
Well, this vote comes on the heels of an announcement from Democratic U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin. Baldwin is now on a growing list of politicians calling for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. Baldwin says she still supports Israel's right to defend itself, but that the country does not have the right to go to war against civilians. In her statement, Baldwin said Israel's indiscriminate bombing of civilians has led to, quote, unacceptable bloodshed.
More local news now at 6:02. Parents of girls on a high school basketball team are asking the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association to investigate alleged racism on the court. The Beloit Memorial team coach made a post on social media about an incident at the game between Beloit and Westosha Tuesday night. It says a referee exhibited aggressive and disrespectful behavior toward the Beloit team. That led to players to feel the environment was unsafe for them. Varsity team members walked off the court before their game was set to take place. Coaches say that's when Westosha students and spectators hurled racial slurs and gestures at the girls.
The first thing my daughter said to me was, "Mom, they treated us like criminals." And all we wanted to do was play basketball.
Both Westosha and Beloit Memorial are investigating this morning. The Westosha District Administrator tells News 3 Now the school is working together with Beloit schools to reach a resolution. A letter sent to parents says both school districts are taking the events from Tuesday night very seriously.
This morning, Republican Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says he wants to put abortion restrictions back on the ballot. Vos wants to let voters decide whether to ban abortion somewhere between the 12th and 15th weeks of pregnancy. Current state law bans abortions after 20 weeks. Right now, abortions are legal in Wisconsin due to a Dane County judge's ruling earlier this month. But Sheboygan's Republican DA, Joel Urmanski, appealed that ruling. Urmanski says he'll ask the state Supreme Court to hear his appeal directly.
Governor Evers is responding to Voss's proposal this morning. He's released a statement that reads in part, Wisconsinites should be able to make their own reproductive health care decisions without interference from politicians who don't know anything about their lives, their family, or their circumstances.
Wisconsin is not one of the states that voted to protect abortion rights or block restrictions after the Supreme Court overturned Roe last year. A ballot proposal like the one Voss suggests would change that. As the 2024 presidential race ramps up, the Biden campaign says abortion will be a central pillar moving forward. This ahead of the vice president's reproductive freedoms tour in January. Vice President Kamala Harris will kick off the tour in Wisconsin on the 22nd, the 51st anniversary of the Roe v. Wade ruling.
6:05 right now. We are hearing from UW health nurses after the DHS ended its investigation into their safety concerns this week. That investigation cleared UW Health of those complaints. Even though the union's disappointed with the results, they say the fight for better conditions isn't over. Braden Ross has that story.
Initial reaction is UW Health and DHS should trust nurses when they say they have grave concerns.
Just over a month after UW Health nurses brought their safety complaints to the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, the department's investigation into their reports came up empty.
They should trust nurses because we're the ones who are working directly at the bedside. We're the ones who hear our coworkers talk about how they're going to leave. And then watch them go out the door.
The complaint stemmed from understaffing, turnover, and burnout UW nurses say is impacting patient care.
What I see right now is a lot of really heroic, passionate, and resilient young nurses, new nurses, but not a lot of experienced nurses and not a real plan to support and retain those nurses.
It's a problem UW nurse Colin Gillis says is industry-wide, but that's no excuse for UW Health in his eyes.
This problem is not unique to one hospital, but we at UW Nurses United, we want to lead the way in solving this problem that's nationwide and that's institutional.
The DHS's 3-day survey included reviewing thousands of hospital documents and interviewing dozens of staff members. It found no violations of hospital health requirements. UW Health responded to the findings in a statement reading in part, quote, "This reinforces what we already know to be true, that our quality and our culture of safety are part of the DNA of every single team member at UW Health." But Gillis says he and his colleagues aren't done fighting for better.
We're going to keep trying to work with the hospital administration as best we can. And meanwhile, we're going to keep doing the hard work that nursing at a world-class hospital requires.
That was Braden Ross reporting. UW Health says it is disappointed the nurses didn't first report their concerns internally. The union denies that, saying nurses did make internal complaints before taking them to DHS.
It's 6:07. Medical marijuana could soon be legal in Wisconsin. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss says Republicans will put forth a bill next month. Republicans have been working behind closed doors for years on that bill, along the way rejecting calls from Governor Evers and other Democrats looking to legalize all marijuana usage. Voss says this proposal is limited to just medical marijuana. He says the Assembly could vote on it sometime in 2024.
Around the state this morning, Sylvan Hill and Wausau will open to the public tonight for skiing, with this month on track to be one of the warmest Decembers on record. Staff there have been making their own snow. Even though the weekend's warmer weather poses a threat to that snow's durability, workers at Sylvan Hill are remaining positive.
We got to take what we can get when it comes to weather. So we're hoping that the conditions hold up through the Christmas weekend with the rain and warmer forecasts, but we're optimistic.
I applaud his optimism. Staff spent 3 to 4 weeks working to make the snow in preparation for tonight, and still there is no snow in that forecast.
Kelly, can you confirm?
Confirm, but we do have some rain that'll be spreading in. You can see this broad area of rain moving through Iowa. That'll be with us through this afternoon. Very mild for this Christmas holiday. We'll take a look at those numbers coming up.
All right, sounds good. Plus, later in sports, hanging on by a thread, what the Packers are saying with their playoff hopes in jeopardy.
But first, we're in the 608 talking about the Madison Holiday Blood Drive, how you can give something that means something this holiday season.
Are you looking for a pre-owned vehicle that doesn't break the bank? Come visit Stark on the Beltline. We've got Hondas, Subarus, Toyotas, and trucks, and local financing options to help you get the best rates you deserve. Wisconsin's premier pre-owned dealership.
Cobeson Buses, now hiring.
I'm Dina Noland. I drive for Cobeson Buses. Working with Cobeson, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. First day of school for my son, the fact that I get to bring him there and I can just park my bus right on the side and walk in. They don't mind that. They want you to be there for your family.
I've always enjoyed working with kids. The opportunity to transport them in a bus, I enjoy doing it.
Visit Cobeson.com to apply.
Why chance deliveries arriving past Christmas when you can pick them up for free in just 1 hour? At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, save time and money on holiday gifts, hosting supplies, and other must-haves with our fast and free drive-through service. It's easy. Just place your order online at farmandfleet.com or on our mobile app and pick it up 1 hour later in our drive-through. We'll send you a text or email to let you know it's ready. When you arrive, get you loaded up and on your way in no time. Shop online, drive-through, and find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
At US Cellular, anyone can get any phone free. So give yourself a free phone from US Cellular.
She's here.
Then give yourself the gift of not checking it. The gift of connection at US Cellular. New and current customers get any phone free.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Hi, I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of Plexiderm. All it takes is 10 minutes to reduce the appearance of under eye bags, wrinkles, and crow's feet. The instant results are from naturally based silicates found in shell clay. Once applied, your skin tightens and firms. This holiday season is the best time to try Plexiderm at our starter price of only $14.95. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
It's a robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. We have a variety of quality pre-owned vehicles, including Hondas, Toyotas, Subarus, as well as many other popular brands, right here at Stark on Highway 19, located at 502 West Main Street here in Marshall, Wisconsin's premier pre-owned dealership.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back, 612 on your Friday morning as we kick off the holiday weekend in the 608. There is a way for you to give back to the community in a really big way. Today is the Madison Holiday Blood Drive. The annual event returns after having to be canceled last year due to winter weather concerns. Obviously, no issues when it comes to the forecast today. You can give something that means something this holiday season by giving blood. Join the American Red Cross today at the 38th Annual Madison Holiday Blood Drive at the Alliant Energy Center. This is the largest one-day blood drive in the Wisconsin region, with more than 700 community members rolling up a sleeve to help save lives each year. Donors of all blood types are urged to give blood, especially type O blood donors. While the need for blood is constant, unfortunately, the supply isn't, especially around the holidays. This is the time of year when blood donations typically decline due to busy schedules, holiday travel, and seasonal illnesses. There's the information right on your screen right now. Again, this is the 38th annual event. It is happening from 7 to 1 today in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center. Appointments are encouraged, but walk-ins are welcome. Free parking will be available. All of this information is on channel3000.com. And this screen right here, just so you know, there are some big giveaways happening for those who donate blood.
Let's hear it.
In December. All those who give blood this month will automatically be entered to win one of 12 prize packages. Each package includes a $1,000 Amazon gift card. Wow. And a 65-inch TV. So there's some big prizes there. Plus, everyone who gives between now and January 5th will get a long-sleeve Red Cross t-shirt while those supplies last. So if you're in the giving spirit, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, and yes, all of those things would be great, but you also know you're giving to a really important cause, a time of year when blood is needed. So if you have the spare time and you're able, that would be, I know the Red Cross would really appreciate that.
Yeah, you know, I recently had the chance to give blood for the first time as an openly gay man, and it is something, like, it's kind of an emotional feeling because you get to see exactly where you're making that impact. Like, my blood got to go to a hospital in Illinois.
Wow.
And the fact that I'm able to save lives that way, and it's going out and above Wisconsin even, is
I know.
pretty amazing.
It's a big impact. And if you're willing and able, I know it would mean a lot to the Red Cross.
And it's very festive. They do such a good job of having it. So
and you can win some prizes.
There you go. Remember to let me know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email for a chance to be featured.
All right, it is 6:14 on your Friday. Kelly Slifka's outside with your first warm forecast. Hey, Kelly.
Yeah, as we are headed into the holiday weekend, you know, we haven't really had much snow at all this season. It's been very quiet, just unusually quiet. We've been talking about El Nino, and it's really living up to its reputation of being warm and fairly quiet. Now, we do have some wet weather on the way. You can see this area of rain that's spreading across Iowa. That's going to be reaching southern Wisconsin as we get toward the noon hour. And, you know, some folks want some snow for Christmas. We don't have it across basically the entire state. Very unusual to see some of these areas, even into the UP of Michigan. Usually they get that lake effect snow. Don't have it this year. And really no sense of getting any of that snow around here anytime soon. You can see our temperatures well above average. We'll be in the mid-50s, it looks like, Christmas Eve. Tailing off next week, but still running above our average, which will dip below 30 degrees next week. All right, we do have rain chances in our forecast today. This will be developing a little bit later on this afternoon through the evening hours. Saturday will be dry if you're going to be traveling at all. And I think most of Christmas Eve, we are expecting dry weather until we get into the late afternoon. Then Christmas Day and the day after look to be fairly wet. So you can see the clouds spreading across southern Wisconsin. We have this batch of rain moving out of Iowa. That's what's going to reach us later today, but mainly just cloudy skies for the morning hours. So we've got several hours of dry weather. 39 right now in Madison. The winds are light. We just have cloudy skies. Sun will be up at 7:26. Tracking that rain spreading in later this morning as we get toward the noon hour. As you get north of the Dells, lesser chances of rain. South, pretty solid area of rain throughout the afternoon hours. Eventually, as we get into the evening hours, this will be moving on to the east and looking at drier weather later tonight. So looking at showers through this evening, dry tomorrow, and then we'll have another batch of rain moving in later Christmas Eve, more likely toward the evening hours. Christmas Day looks like a washout, and that will continue into a Tuesday. And unseasonably mild weather with 50s expected right through our early next week. Here's that storm system that'll be moving on in. As we go into a Sunday, Christmas Eve, dry for the morning hours, but as we get into late afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock, we will start to see some of this spread into the area. Solid area of rain across the entire state. The only band of snow will be across Minnesota. Now, as we get into Tuesday, some of this may mix with enough cold air that might see a little bit of rain-snow mix as you get northwest of Eau Claire over toward the Twin Cities metro area. So if you are traveling that way, you can expect some snow, and that's where the snow will be. Otherwise, most of Wisconsin will be quiet. Just expecting some of that snow west of Eau Claire headed toward the Twin Cities. Right now, 39 in Madison, 41 in Janesville, 38 in Lone Rock. Our first warm forecast brings in some wet weather today. Dry tomorrow. That rain spreads into Christmas Eve, into Christmas Day. 50s. A record high on Christmas Day is 56, maybe falling just a little bit short of that. Wet weather for Tuesday and Wednesday before clearing up by Thursday of next week. I want to get to our first warm traffic as mentioned.
On paper.
All right, right now across Madison, we do have quiet conditions as far as our roads are concerned, but off to the west on 151 Highway 18, we do have an accident between Barneveld and Ridgeway. Are seeing some delays there into parts of Iowa County.
On paper, Sunday's game against Carolina should be a win for Green Bay, but so were the Packers' last 2 games. They should have beaten the Giants, and they should have beaten the Bucs at home, and we all know how those games went. So now it's on to the 2-win Panthers, who are the worst team in the NFL. And with their playoff hopes hanging on by a thread, it's a must-win. And this team says they aren't overlooking anyone after their last 2 weeks.
I mean, I don't think, bouncing back after two losses, I definitely don't think we're going to be underestimating anybody. So, I think we're going to come out Sunday with put our best foot forward. But I think just the stretch of games we've had, losing 2 tough ones, we're ready to bounce back, and we're definitely not about to take this game for granted.
The Wisconsin defense is always up for a challenge. They say they'll play anyone, anytime, anywhere. And they were hoping to face off against this year's most outstanding player in college football. Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels. But the LSU quarterback, who threw for over 3,800 yards and 40 touchdowns and rushed for 1,100 yards and 10 more scores, opted out of the bowl game. The Badgers are a little disappointed about that.
It's been a lot of fun. I think he obviously Heisman winner. He's a great player, and the opportunity to play against him and play against the top players in the country, that's the reason I came here, to play against people of that caliber.
Be able to go against a Heisman quarterback, it would have been a fun time to go against him, see what I've got as a skill player, and be able to see the next level how it's going to be. So, yeah, it kind of sucked a little bit, but, you know, it's football.
Speaking of the defense, Hunter Wohler is returning to Madison for his senior year. The All-Big Ten strong safety announced the news Thursday afternoon, saying there's a lot of unfinished business to take care of. Wohler was Wisconsin's leading tackler this season, tallying 113. He also picked off 2 passes and recorded 4.5 TFLs. Bucks back in action, taking on the Magic, and it was bully ball down low in the second quarter for Giannis. The big man dunks on a dude, and that's when your teammates pat their head, letting them know that was on his head. Giannis finished with 37 points, 10 boards, and 6 assists, and Damian Lillard was just as good. He hits the deep triple. Bucks get the win, 118-114. And the Badger women's basketball team closed out their non-conference schedule with a win. Wisconsin took down Eastern Illinois 76-64. Deanna Jimenez led the way with 19 points and 11 rebounds. UW's off until the 30th when they'll take on Purdue. And that's it for sports. Have a great day.
U2's act still ahead. A popular Christmas movie reaches a milestone. How fans are celebrating this morning.
We'll be right back.
Happy holidays from all of us at WISC-TV.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota. We're going to need a bigger tree.
Get 3.99% APR plus $1,000 cash back on Tacoma when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
I volunteer because it's, I think, the right thing to do, and selfishly, yeah, I get a lot of joy from doing it. It's a joy that comes from taking people to where they need to go. Just watch your step coming out. You can't bottle it, you can't buy it. That only comes from volunteerism. When people really need to get to those medical appointments and they don't have any other means, I just look at it as kind of like the least I can do to try to help out.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose FlexBuy on a new Ford SUV and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months plus $3,500 FlexBuy cash. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Toyotathon is on! Make your holidays a little more magical with a new Toyota. Come in today.
Get $1,000 cash back on your favorite models when you finance through Toyota Financial Services. Toyota, let's go places.
We're back at 6:24 this morning. We have been asking you to share your morning with us. I think we have the My Morning picture. Do we have that? There it is. Look
Jinx,
at that.
You owe me a hot coffee.
That was one of those when it came out to me or us on camera, and I was like, hello.
I was not looking at the camera.
I was not ready for that. Hey, but look at that cotton candy sky. I tell you what, we have had some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. I know like a lot of folks are disappointed with the lack of snow, but Mother Nature's still been giving us some beauty lately.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Gwen.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. If you have a photo like Gwen, please share, especially around the holidays. We love to see those photos. You can send it to us and use that hashtag MyNewsStreamMorning.
All right, let's talk about what's trending this morning for many families. Of course, watching holiday movies is a tradition this time of year. I think Josh has watched 500 so far.
Over and over and over, the same ones.
I've only watched like 5, but yeah, it's the ones I watch every year. And for some, that includes watching the holiday classic Elf. Well, this year, the movie turns 20. Fans of the film in New York are retracing Buddy the Elf's steps, including at the Empire State Building. And the building's on board with the celebration. The lobby's windows are decorated, and it's displaying clips from in the museum of the movie. And of course, 86 floors up, Buddy the Elf is greeting visitors.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that fun? What a fun, like, festive way to do something, especially if this is your favorite Christmas movie. This is definitely up there for me. I don't think it takes Home Alone in the #1 spot, but man, Will Ferrell, that's about as classic as it gets.
Gosh, I can quote most of these movies.
I know, right?
We've watched this a couple of times this holiday season. My fiance.
You really watch it more than once?
Yes, I do. Well, if it's on,
well, because you start watching them on Halloween.
Yeah. Easy now. All right, unfortunately, no snowfall this Christmas, Kelly, but at least no slippery roads.
Yeah, we're just going to have to deal with some rain going into the afternoon hours with the temperatures in the mid-40s. So no snow out of that. No icy conditions expected today.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? We'll be right back.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
My name's Paul, and I'm always happy to help you try to find that right garage door for your house.
We had an idea of what we wanted, but when you actually see it, we are just so excited. We love them.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County doesn't just build homes. We build financially strong families. Habitat Homes, financed through affordable mortgages, allow hardworking families to break the cycle of poverty and invest in their futures. Your support changes lives. Please donate today.
We keep this love in a photograph. We made these memories for ourselves, where our eyes are never closing, our hearts are never broken. Time's forever frozen still. So you can keep me inside the pocket of your ripped.
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love.
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man, it's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
I felt good.
New and current customers can get the iPhone 15 Pro with titanium on us. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
You wash your cars and clothes your cars and clothes and canines. You wash your cars and clothes and canines. At the Magic Wash. At the Magic Wash. Whoa.
Time is running out. Shopko Optical can help maximize your vision benefits and FSA dollars before they expire. Get a comprehensive eye exam and discover your new style. Call Shopko Optical or visit shopko.com to schedule your exam.
Right now, Madison police are warning about thefts this holiday season. We'll tell you how to stay safe.
Plus, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas travel. We'll make sure your car is in the best shape for the road.
And we are tracking some rain that's going to be spreading in a little bit later on today. We'll have that first warn forecast coming up.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning on your Friday, the Friday before Christmas. I'm Shane Hogan.
And I'm Josh Ryder. Chris and Leah have the morning off. If you are hitting the road today, you're just going to need the windshield wipers for some rain and not snow. Kelly Slifka is tracking your first warn weather forecast. There is a bright side to all of this. At least we don't have to deal with any tricky travel.
Yeah, no big snowstorms headed our way. We do have to deal with some rain that will be affecting us going into the afternoon. Mainly the southern third of the state that's going to expect this rain. You see it spreading across Iowa. That will be with us later this morning in a pretty solid area of rain expected for the afternoon. But it's going to be rain because we're starting off near 40 this morning, 39 in Madison and also Middleton. So it's going to be another mild day for us with rain at times going through the weekend. We've got 40s today and tomorrow, 50s expected Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Along with that, we do have another area of rain that'll be moving in as well. So dry early this morning. We'll see some showers spreading in from the south as we get toward 11 noon here in the Madison area. Basically from the Dells areas to the south, if you're headed to central and northern parts of the state, should be mainly dry. But this rain should be tapering off as we get into the evening hours. But a pretty solid area of rain expected today. Temperatures in the mid 40s. Want to get to our first warn traffic as we have a couple of accidents kind of crazy for this quiet Friday morning. We do have an accident right now at the belt line at Rimrock Road, maybe causing a few delays in that area. And also an accident out west. This is in Iowa County between Barneveld and Ridgeway. This has been ongoing throughout the morning hours. See a lot of delays in those westbound lanes. So maybe you want to avoid that area between Barneveld and Ridgeway.
All right, Kelly, sounds good. Thank you. Well, if you're heading out of town for the holidays, the Madison Police Department wants to make sure you return to everything how you left it. The holidays are one of the most likely times for theft, whether that be home break-ins when people are out of town or something as simple as a porch pirate stealing a package. When it comes to burglaries, there have been 549 residential break-ins this year. That's a drop from 582 in 2022. And even though the numbers are an improvement, there is still a reason for concern.
People are getting more packages, and it's more of a crime of opportunity, especially when it comes to packages being left outside of houses. You know, a lot of people walk by, they see those packages unattended, and they'll just walk up and take them.
So take some extra steps this year to make sure your home and your belongings are safe before you head out of town. Make sure everything is locked, set a security system if you have one, and maybe talk to a neighbor about keeping a lookout while you're gone. If you plan on being away for an extended period of time, consider setting up a forwarding address for packages or putting a hold on your deliveries until you get back.
6:32 right now. A Dane County deputy is recovering this morning after authorities arrested two men who fled from a traffic stop onto school grounds. That deputy was hurt in yesterday afternoon's incident between Mazomanie and Black Earth. It happened on Highway 14 near Wisconsin Heights High School. Dane County Sheriff Calvin Barrett says the car that pulled over was believed to be involved in a fraud investigation. It drove off, hitting the deputy, then turning into the parking lot of the high school. That's where another deputy pinned the vehicle with his car. The two men ran from the car in different directions, putting the school on lockdown. One was found hiding in a silo, the other at a nearby marsh. That deputy is expected to be okay.
In Waukesha County, a recent car crash following a police chase left two 10-year-old boys dead. It happened in Delafield. Officers tried to stop the vehicle the boys were riding in because it was speeding and didn't have license plates. The driver did not stop, and the officers pursued that car until it crashed. A 14-year-old girl, a 6-year-old girl, and a 29-year-old woman were also hurt in the crash. The driver, a 29-year-old man, is in critical but stable condition. Police say he had a warrant out for his arrest for possession of a firearm.
To an update now, Monona police say a vehicle of interest in an attempted homicide has been found. The target of the shooting was a 17-year-old who's expected to survive. It happened in the parking lot of a liquor store on Monona Drive Wednesday night. Officers recovered a Tesla, which was rented from a car dealership in Fitchburg and reportedly stolen. It was found abandoned near Orton Park on Rutledge Street in Madison. Police are still searching for suspects in this case. Anyone with information about the shooting is asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number, 608-266-6014.
6:34 now. State Assembly Speaker Robin Vos is continuing his push to get rid of diversity funding in the state. The Assembly Speaker tells us he wants to do a wholesale audit of diversity, equity, and inclusion practices in state government. Our political reporter Will Keneally has more from the Capitol.
Yeah, so you may remember in recent weeks, the UW Board of Regents voted to accept state funding as a trade-off for reassigning positions in DEI. That was a deal cut between Assembly Speaker Robin Vos and university leaders. Vos called it a win, but also says he wants to make further cuts to DEI.
I want to do a complete audit of how we do DEI and diversity throughout state governments. Find all that information out, make sure we're not doing anything that's discriminatory or discouraging good people from applying, and then have the proposal come forward if there's a need be in January of 2025, and make sure that we're doing things right.
As part of the deal, the UW would be required to look for a conservative professor and fund that position through outside dollars. Vos says that that doesn't amount to conservative indoctrination. Rather, it's a part of ensuring balance at the university. And this was part of an expansive one-on-one sit-down that we did with the Assembly Speaker. You can see more from our conversation up online at channel3000.com. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
And you can see more from our interview with the Assembly Speaker as well as Democratic leaders this Sunday on For the Record.
Well, 'tis the season for sneezing and coughing, but it could be what's inside your home this holiday season that's making you feel lousy. Expert allergists are finding out that Christmas trees may be causing allergy symptoms this time of year. But it's generally not the tree itself, but the pollens and mold spores that collect on the tree. Bringing those into your home can shake them loose and spread them in the air, causing sneezing and other allergy symptoms. Artificial trees have their own problems too. Allergens like dust and mold can build up on the tree and decorations when being stored and trigger those symptoms. Real or fake, it's recommended that you get rid of your tree right after the holidays to keep it from becoming more of a problem.
Get rid of the fake trees?
I don't know.
Maybe just take it down and put it back away in storage.
Can you dust a fake tree? I don't even know if that's a thing.
Well, for many people across Wisconsin, today's the day that they will travel to see friends and family for the holidays. And AAA is expecting more than 2 million Wisconsinites will travel at least 50 miles from home by car.
Yeah, you'll be heading to Illinois, I'll be heading to Minnesota.
That's right.
That means the roads are going to be very, very busy. Experts say there are a few things you can do to make that trip easier. First, check that you have all of the necessary emergency items in your car. You never know when you might need them. And a pair of jumper cables is a lot cheaper than a tow.
And you should also check your tires to make sure they are safe for the road this time of year. Here's a good tip. If you insert a quarter into the groove of the tire, George Washington's head should touch the groove. If it doesn't, that means you might need to change your tires.
AAA says the Saturday before Christmas, so tomorrow and the Thursday after, will be the busiest on the road. If you want to beat traffic on either of those days, they recommend leaving before lunchtime or after 7 o'clock. And I'm trying to listen to that advice.
Yeah,
we're going to hit the road, I think, around 11:30 this morning. We've got about a 5-hour drive ahead of us, so you never know. It's hard to say.
Yeah,
sometimes the interstate's fine, other times it's backed up. So
I mean, maybe with the no snow, people will just be moving like normal. I'm going to hold off until tomorrow morning. I'm going to get up early, try to miss that traffic by O'Hare.
Yeah, it's that's especially that Chicago traffic. You got to look out for it.
Fingers crossed.
All right, well, fortunately, it's fortunately or unfortunately, there's no snow in the forecast, but at least we don't have to deal with slippery travel. I mean, Kelly, last year we were talking about a blizzard at this time.
Yeah, very cold last year. Different story this year. What we're tracking is some rain that'll be spreading in later today. We'll talk more about that and the Christmas holiday forecast coming up.
All right, and also after the break, a man in Janesville's lighting up the neighborhood for the holidays and giving back to a cause.
And we're also talking about the Madison Holiday Blood Drive in the 608, how you can give something that means something this holiday season.
The price of gold is at a 7-year high. Get top cash on the spot for your gold at Diamond Select. Cash in today while the price of gold is high. Don't miss out. Get instant cash for your gold today at Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
Stella uses AT&T. Abby has Spectrum One. With AT&T, Stella pays $110 a month for her internet and mobile.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
Abby saves big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings.
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store to get Spectrum One.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $5,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Menards is celebrating Ryan Blaney's NASCAR Championship with 12% off everything till Christmas. Known for innovative designs and affordable prices, Works provides power and ease to get the job done right. Upgrade your power tool collection with the Works 20-volt cordless drill driver, delivering dependable performance in a lightweight, compact design. Right now, get 12% off all Works 20-volt power share products.
Merry Christmas and enjoy your 12% off everything.
Get holiday savings Thursday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee canned corn or green beans, just 49 cents. 7-Up 6-packs, just $1.99. Nabisco snack crackers or Ritz toasted chips, $1.99. Cook's Super Trim ham portion, $1.48 a pound. A dozen Hy-Vee large eggs, just $1.49. And Hy-Vee shredded cheese, H-Perks price, $1.99. Thursday through Sunday. Happy holidays from Hy-Vee.
At Diamond Select, our on-site goldsmith can create a beautiful one-of-a-kind piece. Whether it's repurposing an old ring or creating from a picture online, we're here to help you create jewelry of your dreams. Diamond Select, downtown Stoughton.
The Color Purple takeover of the Jennifer Hudson Show. For a full hour, the laughter.
She sees Leonardo, and I was like, focus.
The tears.
I ain't even dropping no tears.
And the love. To see the connection between women.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
And on the next Live at 4, the Newshounds have a special holiday edition.
And we visit with the hosts of one of the most popular Fix-It shows, The Cabin Masters, from their hometown of Manchester, Maine.
On the next Live at 4. You're watching News 3 Now this morning.
We're back at 6:41. Every year, one Janesville man makes his home merry and bright to bring comfort and joy to a local organization. Arman Rahman takes us there.
Every season for the past 18 years, John Striegel's house becomes a beacon of
Christmas cheer. My favorite thing as a kid was riding around while looking at Christmas lights, so I try and keep that alive because that was my favorite part of the holidays. And it is many other kids' favorite part of their holidays.
Drive by and tune in to 90.9 and you too can get lit.
I don't even know if I could think of doing Christmas without it.
When he was 16, he took over decorating from his dad, and with vigor,
I still have the original controller.
John wanted to go bigger.
When I started, I only had 16 channels. It was mostly all incandescent lights. Now I'm over 32,000 channels with the newer lights, the more modern stuff.
Now 40,000 bulbs he plugs in and strings.
We start October 1st. It's pretty much every weekend, all week long. You eat, breathe, putting up lights.
And has been surprised at the attention his light show brings.
On a busy, like this weekend and next weekend, we'll probably see over 1,500 cars.
Then 15 years ago, he heard the Humane Society of Southern Wisconsin needed help caring for animals. He threw a box out front and was pleased at how many were charitable.
It has grown exponentially. I remember we were so excited to get the first $100, and now we're in thousands and thousands of dollars every year, so it's pretty cool.
Now, while keeping his childhood passion burning bright.
That elf over there is over 30 years old. My grandma gave me that when I was like 2.
He encourages others to do what's right.
It's more the Christmas spirit, it's giving without anything in return.
That was Arman Rahman reporting for us. The Striegel Light Show runs 5 to 9 p.m. every weeknight 5 to 10 on the weekends through January 2nd.
I just love how he talked about that. Like, it's giving, but it's so easy because the lights
Yeah,
are just...
and it's not necessarily, you know, you got to wrap the gift, you got to do this thing, but it's still spreading the joy, and that's what it's all about.
It really is this time of the year. All right, let's get to Kelly Slifka tracking your holiday weekend forecast. Kelly, and you've got rain on the radar this morning.
Yeah, we've got a couple of systems that'll be affecting us this weekend. One coming in today, the next one Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So we do have some wet weather, and we're not talking about any kind of snowstorm affecting travel. It'll be mainly just rain across most of the upper Midwest. And you can see this area of rain that's spreading across Iowa. That's what's going to reach us later today. All right, we're talking about maybe getting close to some records. The record high on Christmas Day, Monday, is 56. We're calling for some low, maybe some mid-50s on Christmas Day, and it's going to be wet. We could be seeing some fairly substantial rain headed our way, but it's going to be unseasonably mild. Christmas Eve, up to 55. We'll still be in the 50s on Christmas Day. And even after that, even though temperatures do fall off, nothing bitterly cold. That cold air has really been locked up into Canada. We'll be back in the 30s next week. Right now, we have the clouds spreading across Wisconsin. You can see that area of rain across the southern half of Iowa. It'll be mainly affecting the southern third of the state. You get north of the Dells, that rain chance does diminish, but that will be with us, affecting southern Wisconsin into northern Illinois most of the afternoon. So it's going to be a pretty solid area of rain, pretty steady rain for the afternoon, but should be tapering off going into the evening. All right, we have had some beautiful sunrises and sunsets. I know we didn't see the sun yesterday, won't for the rest of the weekend, but this was in the town of Burke. Thanks, Clint, for sending that in. We'd like to see your photos. Just go to channel3000.com, go to the weather section. You can easily submit one of those photos, and we'd like to show them to our viewers. Right now, just cloudy skies, expecting that high up to 44 today, 14 degrees above our average, which now is 30. Sun will be up at 726. Cloudy skies, but dry this morning. But as we get toward 11 noon, we are expecting that rain to spread in from the south. You can see north of the Dells, the chance of rain are a lot slimmer, but the southern third of the state is seeing a pretty solid area of rain this afternoon into the early evening before it starts to move on to the east. So we got wet weather today, and we are looking at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, looking at some rain with temperatures in the mid-50s. Expected by Christmas Eve. Warm front isn't even here yet. That's what's going to be bringing us that mild air, but also that rain coming in from the south as we go into a Christmas Eve. Now, most of the morning hours, the early afternoon should be dry, but as we get into the 3, 4 o'clock hours, some of this rain spreading into Wisconsin. You notice all of Wisconsin in the green. That means just rain. Not expecting any of this to ice over. Really, only chance of snow will be coming in Tuesday, especially in northwestern parts of the state as you get toward Eau Claire, over toward the Twin Cities. If you're going to be traveling on Tuesday, can expect a little bit of snow accumulating on I-94 headed between Eau Claire and Minneapolis. As far as snowfall totals, maybe talking about an inch or two, extreme northwestern parts of the state. But this is the day after Christmas. Much of the upper Midwest is going to be dry as far as any kind of snowfall. 39 right now in Madison, 41 in Janesville, across Dane County, 37 in Sauk City, and also Wanakee. First warm forecast, we do have some wet weather today and then again Sunday. Should be dry tomorrow. First half of Sunday should be dry, but then it's going to be wet for Christmas, late Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after. Temperatures do tail off. We'll have to wait until next Thursday to get back into some sunshine. A little bit cooler by then as well.
50s for Christmas Eve and Christmas. Never thought I'd see that day. Kelly, thank you. As we kick off the holiday weekend in the 608 this morning, there is a way for you to give back to the community in a really big way. Today is the Madison Holiday Blood Drive. The annual event returns after having to be canceled last year due to winter weather conditions. Obviously, no issues when it comes to that forecast today other than a little bit of rain. You can give something that means something this holiday season by giving blood. Join the American Red Cross today at the 38th Annual Madison Holiday Blood Drive at the Alliant Energy Center. This is the largest one-day blood drive in the Wisconsin region, with more than 700 community members rolling up a sleeve to help save lives each year. Donors of all blood types are urged to give, especially type O blood donors. While the need for blood is constant, unfortunately, the supply isn't. Around the holidays especially, this is the time of year when blood donations typically decline due to busy schedules, holiday travel, and those seasonal illnesses. So here's the information right here for the Madison Holiday Blood Drive. Again, this is the 38th annual event happening today from 7 to 1 in the exhibition hall at the Alliant Energy Center. Appointments are encouraged, but walk-ins are welcome today. Free parking will also be available. All of this information can be found at channel3000.com. And just so you know, there are some big giveaways happening for those who donate blood in December. All of those who give blood this month will be automatically entered to win one of 12 prize packages. Each package includes a $1,000 Amazon gift card and a 65-inch TV. Plus, those who give from now until January 5th will also get a long-sleeve Red Cross t-shirt while they last. So if the spirit of giving isn't enough, there's also some pretty awesome prizes that could be available there too.
A little incentive for those folks. Obviously, this time of year, those blood donations mean that much more. So if you're willing and able, I know the Red Cross would appreciate it.
Yeah, and you know, last year, like we mentioned, they had to cancel it because of the winter weather concerns. So a little bit different this year. We're talking about near record highs.
Yeah, well, you know, find the silver lining, right? That means more people can get out and donate.
There you go. Well, coming up in the morning sprint, Republicans are looking to put on some new laws on the book in 2024. We'll tell you what they're considering.
But before we go, we'd like to wish a very happy birthday to Daphne and Oakley, who both turned 3 today. Happy birthday. And if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, please let us know so we can share their picture right here on News 3 Now this morning.
The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, weeknights on CBS.
Celebrate home for the holidays at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Every day is a new deal. Save up to 40% off top brand appliances while they last. And get a free gift with purchase at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CR-V. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Stella uses AT&T for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. The difference is big. With AT&T, Stella pays a lot more.
I do?
It's $110 a month for AT&T internet and an AT&T unlimited extra line.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
With Spectrum One, Abby gets big savings. Spectrum internet with the most reliable internet speeds.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G, all with no added taxes or hidden fees. Now you can get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line.
That's a good deal. I know.
With Spectrum One, Abby is saving big, over $75 a month. That's over $900 in savings. So Stella, what do you think?
I'm switching to Spectrum.
Spectrum One is a big deal. Call 800-872-0180. Visit Spectrum.com or a Spectrum store today.
Here we go. I knew I could do it. I just had to take the first step.
Hey, how's it going? Marcus, my boy. Welcome to my humble abode. Nice to meet you.
When Marcus came to my door, it was my chance to give someone a safe place to stay for a little while.
When you open your heart and home through foster parenting, you're helping the teen write new chapters, which can positively impact the teen for the rest of their life.
Be part of the story.
For more information about becoming a foster parent, contact Children's Wisconsin.
Hurry in, America. It's time to visit your Ford dealer for the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Choose from a large inventory of Ford vehicles equipped with technology and flexibility for any season. It's your last chance to get special offers on our great selection of Ford vehicles. Only during the final days of the Make the Holidays Bright sales event. Now get a built Ford Tough F-150 STX for $399 a month for 36 months with $53.49 cash due at signing. See your local Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Celebrate home for the holidays at Ashley. Every day is a new deal. Save big on furniture and mattresses with discounts up to 83% off. And get a free gift with your purchase. Only at Ashley.
The First Warn Weather Team takes you beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now.
It is 6:52, time for the morning sprint.
A car has been found in connection to a shooting in Monona. Officers recovered a Tesla, which was rented from a car dealership in Fitchburg and was reportedly stolen. It was found abandoned near Orton Park on Madison's Rutledge Street yesterday morning. A 17-year-old was shot before the car was stolen. They are expected to survive and were taken to the hospital. for recovery.
A Dane County deputy is hurt after a car drove off from a traffic stop. The car was believed to be involved in a fraud investigation. It drove off after being stopped, hitting the deputy, then turning into the parking lot of the high school in Wisconsin Heights. That's where another deputy pinned the vehicle with his car. The two were arrested shortly after.
Madison police are warning people that this time of year is one of the worst for thefts and break-ins. That's because thieves take the opportunity of people being away to steal packages off porches and break into homes. Putting a hold on packages or setting a forwarding address can help address this. Some good news, though, break-in numbers are down from last year.
Wisconsin's top Republican wants voters to decide the time frame for abortions in the state. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos wants to put a proposal on a future ballot that would ban abortion somewhere between the 12th and 15th week of pregnancy. The current state law bans abortions after 20 weeks. Abortions are legal in Wisconsin after a Dane County judge's recent ruling.
That's not the only law Republicans are looking at right now. They are also interested in legalizing medical marijuana. Robin Vos says a proposal is in the works and could be voted on sometime next year. A bill is expected to be unveiled next month. Vos says the proposal will be limited and modeled after the medical marijuana law in place in Minnesota before it moved to full legalization.
Senator Tammy Baldwin is joining a growing list of politicians calling for a humanitarian ceasefire in Gaza. This as the conflict between Israel and Hamas continues. The Wisconsin Democrat noted she still supports Israel's right to defend itself, but it does not have the right to go to war against innocent Palestinians, calling the bombing of Gaza indiscriminate.
After 3 delays, the UN Security Council says it is expected to vote on a resolution that calls for suspending the war between Israel and Hamas. The UNSC says a pause in military action is needed to bring humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip. This comes as the Hamas-controlled health ministry announced roughly 20,000 Palestinians have been killed since the war started on October 7th.
Meta is facing allegations of restricting speech this morning. Human Rights Watch says it's identified more than 1,000 pieces of peaceful pro-Palestinian content that Meta restricted and removed. The group says the content didn't violate Meta's rules. Meta is responding, saying these allegations don't reflect the efforts to protect speech related to the war.
All right, 5 minutes away from 7 o'clock. We just have cloudy skies right now, but we are watching this broad area of rain. That'll be spreading on in later this morning into the noon hour. We're looking at a wet Friday for us. About noon, we are expecting that rain to spread in to the Madison area. A little bit drier as you go north of the Dells. Pretty solid area of rain over the southern third of the state. Throughout the day, that's all we're going to have to contend with anybody traveling. A lot of this should wind down going into the evening hours as temperatures climb into the 40s. 44 today, 48 a dry day tomorrow before some of that rain spreads back into the area later Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. Could be kind of a wet holiday. Unbelievably, we have a couple of accidents to contend with. One is on the Beltline right at John Nolan Drive, those westbound lanes. A little bit delayed. You can see the yellow there. Then way out west over into Iowa County, we do have an accident between Barneveld and Ridgeway.
All right, Kelly, thank you. Hey, folks, have a safe and happy holiday. We'll see you back here on Monday.